Welcome back to the channel, guys. In today's video, we're going to be talking about 5 modifications for your 2015 plus WRX or STI if you plan on daily driving it. We're talking about the stupidest things you can do, and this is coming from 6 years experience, 6 years of being in the community, 6 years of research, 6 years of understanding these cars. And these are the 5 dumbest things that you really shouldn't consider if you're daily driving your WRX or STI. All right, so the first one, and this is an easy one, and this is just something you shouldn't do, is install lowering springs on your STI or WRX. One, you should never install lowering springs because coilovers are so much better for the car. They're amazing for this platform, and they do a lot of things, and they're not much more expensive. That being said, you shouldn't lower your car at all if you plan on daily driving it. I can speak from experience. I'm at a stock ride height right now, and my clearance is like 4.5 inches. You know, with the lip, even before the lip, I scrape on any kinds of inclines when I'm trying to get into gas stations and stuff. So daily driving, do not lower your WRX or STI. 100% do not recommend. Number 2 on our list is actually just a common sense one, and this is to protect your guys' wallet more than anything else. If you plan on daily driving your WRX or STI, do not consider getting carbon fiber anything. Now, I have a carbon fiber duck bill in my car. That is okay because it's not getting a brunt of anything. But anything on the sides of the car, on the back of a car that could get bumped, or the front of a car, the hood especially, if you're daily driving your WRX or STI and you're doing highway miles, driving behind trucks that can kick up rocks, why would you risk damaging extremely expensive parts on, you know, for a daily driven car? I get that you want to like flash your car and you want it to be nice, but this is a huge thing that, again, this function-wise isn't a big deal, but for your wallet and damaging the parts, you can't really fix. You know, it's hard to fix a carbon fiber hood. I'm speaking mainly about carbon fiber hoods. It's really expensive to fix a carbon fiber hood if it gets damaged, almost impossible. And again, if you're dailying this car, don't buy a carbon fiber hood. I promise you, you will regret it over the long term. The amount of carbon fiber hoods I see people purchase and then sell after like 2 months is incredible. It's also one of the most common expensive mods. If you're gonna spend real money on your car, you're gonna get a carbon fiber hood. I was really considering one for this car until I started daily driving it. I cannot recommend enough, do not consider carbon fiber parts. They look amazing, but they're not for a daily driver. The next on our list is something that people will have a lot of fun with, and it's a mod that can absolutely transform this car, especially if you're driving a WRX. An STI, it still does a lot, but a WRX, it does a huge amount with the FA20 motor, is going flex fuel. Now, this is something that if you're already tuned, you can go flex fuel, you make an enormous amount of power, but as a daily driver, it's not so much bad to daily a car with flex fuel from a safety perspective. Of course, you're removing a lot of factors of safety and you potentially are increasing the risk on the car. But the big thing here is availability of flex fuel. Of course, you can run mixes and stuff, but if you want your car to drive at optimal performance, you have to make sure that you have this massive network of flex fuel available to you if you're daily driving it. And you can't do things like road trips. At least they're very hard, and you're probably traveling with fuel in the trunk, which is absolutely no fun. Being in the Boston area, flex fuel is available at like 3 or 4 gas stations, but from my house, the nearest gas station is like 25, 30 minutes just to get gas. So at that point, when you're already running flex fuel, you have lower gas mileage because you're running more power and the car's tuned. All of a sudden, you're using 1/4 of a tank just to get to and from the gas station to get gas. So look at me being a hypocrite with carbon fiber parts on a daily driver. I absolutely love this carbon fiber duck bill. It really isn't in the damage. I did have a tree branch fall on it, and it left a little bit of a mark on the clear coat, something I can probably buff off, but I'm such a hypocrite. So on this one, I'm actually gonna get down here, is the biggest no-no on a daily driver, in my opinion, is a super aggressive diffuser. I'll throw a picture of them on up here. They're very expensive. They're typically very brittle. They break easily. If they come out super far on the diffuser of your car, if they stick far out and you're daily driving your car in an urban or even suburban area, it is very easy for someone to actually bump into them, and the legality of whose fault is it if you have a big, sharp, pointy thing sticking out of your car and somebody can't see it because it's super low and they drive into it. If you're a lawyer, let me know what you think, because that's a really interesting question, but a super aggressive diffuser that points really far out is, in my opinion, a huge no-no, especially at that point you're always pulling forward into parking spots. And then I've even seen situations, I actually just not too long ago was in a crowded parking lot in Boston with this car. I saw another WRX, I was like, I parked, I saw it from afar, I parked before it, I started walking. As I got close to it, it was very clear that somebody had tried to sneak around another car because two cars were trying to pass in the parking lot, and they actually broke 3 of the blades of the diffuser before correcting. And I didn't see a note on the car or anything, but rip to that guy and his $980 very aggressive diffuser. So that sucks. If that was your car and you're in Boston, I'm so sorry. I hope you found whoever did it on camera just to get the insurance. I don't even know if you have that insured, so I don't know if that's something you can even do. The rest of the car was fine, but it's a no-no on the aggressive diffuser. And the last thing on our list is the fact that I'm a huge hypocrite, and I would still do this again. So this is kind of like a really dumb thing to do if you're dailying a car, but it's actually install a front lip, because even at stock ride height, that front lip scrapes, it feels like a cheese grater underneath. The front lip scrapes on everything, and it probably, because it's so secured to the front bumper, actually puts my front bumper at risk if I'm not cognizant of where I'm driving, because it probably could rip the front bumper off or do some serious damage to the grille or something. It could put a lot of pull on the front bumper. I absolutely love the way they look. I would do it again. They're super cheap, so if you damage them, it's easy to replace. You just have to paint it and take the time to do all that. But one of the dumbest things you can do for a daily, because it limits where you can go. I mean, the second you put one of these things on, if you need to get to a gas station and it has like a big ramp up to get in, you're not getting gas there. You're not getting gas there. I've even been in a situation where I got into a parking lot okay, and then I couldn't get out. Every time I tried to get out, I plowed the front lip in. So my options were to take it off or put wood down. I actually had someone come bring me 2x10s so I could drive down the 2x10s and get out of the parking lot. Absolutely ridiculous, especially with stock height. Front lip, dumbest thing you can do, spoken from a hypocrite that does it for a daily driver. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. You enjoyed laughing at me a little bit because I'm doing some of the things I say you shouldn't do if you daily drive your car, because I daily drive this thing 70 miles a day in traffic. And I'm in Boston, so it's the best of both worlds. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Have a great day.